Boss, I think they run away. Still, everyone stay alert. If you guys see anyone from their gang, kill them immediately. Okay, boss. When Taeyong was returning his mansion with his guards, his enemy tried to attack them, but they failed, and before Taeyong's guard could come out of the car, they disappeared like the speed of air. Along with Taeyong, everyone has a gun in their hands, and they are searching to kill those people for their biggest mistake. When Taeyong was looking here and there, he felt something strange, like someone is watching him from behind. He turned back pointing the gun, but no one was there. To make sure that there was really no one there, he started moving towards with small steps. He checked properly, but after not finding anyone, he turned back to going back to his guards. But suddenly someone bumps into his back and fell to the ground with a loud thud. Taeyong turned back in a swift motion, pointing his gun towards the ground where the person fell. I didn't expect there would be a wall here, she groaned, rubbing her elbow which was scratched due to the fall. Taeyong frowned his eyebrows, seeing the girl in front of him. She hasn't looked at him yet. All her attention was on stuffing her things back in her bag, which were scattered all around. Who are you, kid? Hearing a deep and husky voice, she raised her head and looked at him. As her black eyes met his brown one, her heart skipped a beat. She didn't expect. She bumped not with a wall but such a handsome man. I am down. Although a male is not called beautiful, but after seeing his heaven look, this is what came out of her mouth. Do you intend to sit on the ground and stare at me all night? Well, I wouldn't have any problem if I was free, she said as she stood up from the ground, dusting off her clothes. Who are you, and what are you doing here so late at night all alone? And who are you to ask the girl? Oh, it must be fake. I didn't know that nowadays even adults play with children's toys. As her eyes fell on the gun, she said, changing the topic. She can't even imagine how dangerous he is for her. He is a mafia's leader. He doesn't even think twice before killing someone. It's not a fake, he interrupted by a man's voice. Hey guys, she is here. Sit, I have to go. Goodbye, cutie. She about to run, but he cupped her breast. Hey, what are you doing? Leave my hand. She turned towards him and tried to free her breast from his grip, but in return he just tightened his grip. Don't try to escape, bitch. One of the three men who were coming towards her said. Oh God, hey Mr. Handsome, please save me, she whispered as she hid behind Taeyong like a scared kid. Taeyong frowned his eyebrows, wondering what's going on. But he has sensation that this girl needs help, although he never helps anyone as he himself is the villain of the world. But he decided to help this alone girl. Hey mister, hand this bitch over to us. No one can save her from us today. Oh really? He mocked. Will you tell me what she has done? This little brat stole our wallet. What? He mumbled unbelievingly, turning his gaze to her with raised eyebrow. Hey no, I can't even think of stealing someone's wallet. Just look at me, handsome. Do I look like a thief? She said, making the most innocent face in which Taeyong easily drowned. You guys have misunderstood. Leave her alone, he said with a calm voice, but it's enough to give anyone goosebumps. Dude, you don't know us. It would be better for you silently follow what we are saying. Hey, why don't you scare them with your fake gun? She whispered. He looked at her with a smacked and shot those men near their feet with his gun, making her stunned. Those men were completely scared and started trembling. And at the time Taeyong's guard also came there. They pointed their gun towards them, making them more scared. This is real? She shuddered. Leave if you guys love your life. As she commanded, looking at them, they ran away like the speed of light. Boss, are you okay? Why did you let them go? Who were those people? One of his men asked, but without paying attention to his question, he turned back and looked at the girl, who was looking more confused than scared. Who are you? Are you cops? No, you can't be cop, right? She said, almost laughing with nervousness. You should thank me first. Well, what's your name, kiddo? Kiddo? Are you for real, man? Look at me carefully. I'm probably only 3 or 4 years younger than you. She argued like a small kid, forgetting that he has a gun and she is surrounded by his men. Taeyong found it adorable. He walks towards her with a smirk and asks, what's your age? I'm 19 years old. She stuttered as he came very close to her. He smacked and leaned towards her ear. And I'm 27, kiddo, he whispered, giving Shiver spine in her body. She came to her sense and pushed him away. Due to her action, Taeyong's men immediately pointed their gun at her, but she didn't even flinch. Her all attention was on him. As Taeyong singled them, they lowered their guns. Damn, you look more young, but it's not my fault. Don't call me kid. My name is Wayne. She told him with a smile. What are you doing here at night all alone? He asked. My house is nearby. I was just strolling. At midnight? Well, leave it. Tell me, who were those people and why were they after you? Did you really? I have to go now, handsome. Goodbye. Taeyong frozen in her face when she suddenly hugged him. He is really surprised to seeing her courage. She pulled away and said, Sorry, but I won't say thank you for saving me, she said and started going on her way. You didn't answer my questions, kiddo, he said but didn't stop her. If we meet again, you will know yourself. But I hope we never meet, she added and disappears from Taeyong's eyes. He sighed and started putting his cup back, and then he realized that his wallet was missing. He becomes completely surprised and shocked. He never expected that an innocent-looking girl like her would turn out to be a thief. He chuckled, remembering that wasn't a normal hug. Till that, no one has even dared to touch his single hair, and she not only hugged him but also stole his wallet. I'm impressed. Boss, why are you smiling? One of his men asked. He immediately returns to his old self. Nothing, let's go. After a tiring day, Taeyong was trying to sleep, but there was no sleep in his eyes. And it's because of Wayne, who stole his wallet along with his sleep. Wayne, what a beautiful name. And if we meet again, you will be mine. I will never let you go. You will be the one who will have all rights on me, my body, my soul, and my money if destiny reunites us. You will be my lady and mother of my children. You shouldn't drink that much, miss, he said as she ordered another bottle of beer. Huh? Do you think I won't be able to pay? She asked between her hiccup. She is really drunk and not in her sense. There was a lot of money in Mr. Handsome's wallet. I'm not a poor anymore. No one can stop me from drinking. I was just saying for you, miss. If you drink more, you won't be able to go home alone. Her smile vanished and turned in sad expression. Whenever I wanted to drink, I couldn't because I didn't have money, and now even though I have money, I can't drink much. And you know why? Because I'm alone. I don't have anyone to take me home. My life is totally fucked up. She started crying now. That man felt bad for her but didn't say anything or console her because as a bar waiter, he is used to it. He sighed and started doing his work again. May I know why such a beautiful girl is crying? She turned to look at the person who asked her this question. It's none of your business, she said as she stood up and started walking towards the exit gate. What's the hurry, girl? We can enjoy together here. Wine didn't say anything, and controlling her drunk self, she continues to walk, but that man grabs her arm and pulls her towards him. To whom are you showing this attitude of yours, huh? You ugly man, let me go! She shouts while trying to free herself from his grips. He grabs both her hands and starts trying to kiss her. Wine started crying because she was too drunk and couldn't help herself, but somehow she kicked his, making him fall on the ground in pain. Taking the opportunity, she started running. As she was about to run out of the exit gate, she bumped into someone who was coming inside. She was about to fail, but one hand slid around her waist and held her tightly, saving her from falling. She also hugged him tightly to save herself from falling. Are you blind? After recognizing whose voice it was, she hugged him more tightly and started crying loudly. Mr. Handsome? When? He was shocked after seeing her in this condition. She is very scared right now, but she is feeling safe in his embrace. What happened, kiddo? Why are you crying? Oh man. Hey witch, how dare you to kick me? Tiang frowned his eyebrows, looking at man who interrupted his wine. Wine, did you steal his stuff? He asked. No, he is bad, ugly man. He tried to kill. Before she could finish speaking, he shot that man on her forehead with his free hand, making him fall on the ground. Wine flinched and hid her face in his chest. She is out of her sense right now. All she knows is that she is safe with Taeyong. Everyone was running outside, seeing the horrible scene in their own eyes, but it seems he didn't care at all. Clean up this mess. He instructed one of his men and went out lifting Wine like a koala. Now stop crying, kiddo. Everything is okay. First, stop calling me kiddo. I'm not a kid. Taeyong shook his head. He already understands that she is too much drunk. He asked her home address several times, but she didn't tell him anything, so he decided to take her to his home. You know, I'm disappointed with you. Because I stole your wallet. That's night, right? No, I'm disappointed to see you in this condition. What the hell were you doing there so late at night all alone? Why does someone go to wars? To relieve stress and loneliness? He asked in answering voice. She looked at him and nodded. And I have enough of all this. I have no one in this world who can take away my loneliness. She was crying while saying all this. Although he is a heartless mafia, there is no emotional words in his dictionary, but he is feeling immense pain in his heart seeing her crying. He wrapped his hand around her waist and leaned her head on his chest. Don't cry, you're not alone anymore. I'm here for you, he said, caressing her hair with his free hand. You know, as soon as I born, my parents put me in an orphanage, that too without giving me my name. If they didn't wanted children, then why did she give birth to me? After knowing about her parents, his eyes turned red with anger and his grip tightened around her waist. Do you know who your parents are? Tell me, kiddo, I will kill them in front of your eyes, he said in angry tones. She looked up from his chest and giggled. I like it when you care about me. I feel like there is someone in this world who cares for me. I like you. Do you like me? He asked while wiping her nose with a tissue which was running due to crying. Since that day I always think about you. I don't know why. I think because you're handsome. I want to be with you forever, my handsome. She snuggled in his chest and drifted into sleep. Destiny also wants this princess. I promise I will keep you with me like a treasure. next morning, Wayne woke up with a headache and found herself in an unknown room. What the where I am? How did I get here? She panicked and looked around. Her eyes widened when she spotted Taehyung's sleeping figure on the couch. Mr. Handsome? Did you just kill him? She shouted but immediately covers her mouth with her palm so that Taehyung doesn't wake up, but it was late. Have you woken up, kiddo? How are you feeling now? He said as he stood up, straightening his arms and neck. Look, I'm sorry. I will return your money with interest. Please don't kill me. Wine said while shuddering. She doesn't remember anything after that. She thinks he brought her here because the money she stole that day. What are you saying, kiddo? Why will I kill you? He said while stepping towards her. She steps backwards while saying, I know I stole your wallet that night. That's why you kidnapped me. Kidnap? Oh, my princess. You know your brain works better when you are drunk. Sit here. He placed his hands on her shoulders and made her sit on the edge of the bed. Relax, I won't harm you. You weren't telling me your home address last night, so I brought you here. Her cheeks turned red as she remembered everything. She doesn't understand what to say. She is embarrassed for her last night's action, and also that night he saved her, but in return she just stole his wallet. I guess you remember everything, he said, looking at her. She raised her head and looked at his eyes. I'm sorry for trouble, Mr. Han. It's Taehyung, Kim Taehyung. I should leave now, Mr. Kim. Call me Taehyung. And where do you live? Shelters. She answered, rubbing her temples in embarrassment as she is a poor street girl. From now on, you don't need to live in a shelter. This mansion is yours from now on. You will live with me forever. Pardon? Not believing what he just said, she asked again with raised eyebrow. When? I want to marry you. As she said, she stood up with a swift motion and shock. Are you for real? God, what's going on in this earth? Hey, calm down. I'm not forcing you, but you have to marry me. This is what is called force. Well, why should I marry you? Just because I stolen your wallet? I know your intention. You want to marry me and be your man, right? Hey, see, mister, you look handsome and cute, just like a baby. That doesn't mean I will fall into your trap. And she keeps on talking non-stop, so Taehyung pulls her towards him by her waist and covers her mouth with his palm. Will you please give me a chance to speak? As one wiped his palm, he groaned and pushed her in the bed. She tries to stand up, but he climbs over her and holds her hand above her head. You're so wild, kiddo, but I know how to control this wild kitten of mine, he whispered, giving Shiver a spine in her body. She felt unknown butterflies in her stomach. She becomes speechless, and taking the opportunity, Taehyung starts speaking. I have no bad intention of marrying you. I just choose you as my bride. You have stolen my heart along with my wallet. I want to marry you with all my heart. I want to make family with you. You know, I never requested anyone, but today I'm requesting you. Please marry me, Wayne. Let's make happy family together. She bit her lips as she don't know what to say. Somewhere she has been impressed by his confession. She has no one in this world, but someone wants to make her his family. What could be more joyful than this? She opened her mouth to talk, but nothing was coming out. You need some time? He asked, and she nodded her head. He smiled and released her hand. He got up from above her and helped her get up as well. You can take your time, but don't take too much time, okay? he said with a puppy eyes, seeing which an unknown smile appeared on her face. But before he can see, she wipes away her smile and nodded her head. Good, and from now on you have to stay here. Any problem? There is no use in refusing. Your soon-to-be husband is so stubborn, you know. He said and blinked at her. Her cheeks turned red and she looked down due to shyness. 1.5 months later. It's been 1.5 months since Wine living with Taeyong in his mansion. Both of them have become very close in this month. Taeyong shares everything with Wine and treats her like a queen even though they are not married yet. Wine considers herself very lucky to have Taeyong in her life. She cares about him so much. Sometimes she becomes his mother and scolds him when he doesn't listen to her. And now she wants to be the mother of his child. Today she is about to say what he has been yearning to hear for a long time. She comes to the kitchen after doing her morning routine. A smile appears on her face seeing him making breakfast. She walks up to him and wrapped her arms around his waist. Taeyong didn't even flinch because he knows who has the courage to do this. But he gets surprised because they really hug and touch each other. And here she is big hugging him. What happened? You're behaving strange today. Are you okay? She hummed while pressing her face on his back. Taeyong, what would have happened to me if I hadn't met you? Hearing her words, Taeyong turned to her and cupped her cheeks with both of his hands. But we met, and here we are standing in each other's arms. Let's get married, she said, looking straight in his eyes. What?